Okay, we are also joined by Abhijit Tibrewal. Hi, Abhijit. There's been a good improvement in the individual loan book. The growth in the individual loan book after adding back loans sold in the preceding 12 months was 19%. But I had read one more line about, the lending operations in the quarter gone by. Okay, during the quarter, individual loan disbursements grew by 60% compared to the corresponding quarter. Anything that you'd like to look at in terms of this growth that we are seeing in the loan book? Do you think it's better than your expectations? How do you look at, that part? Because obviously that's the strong part. I mean, almost 70% of their loan book is individual loans.
Having on your show, so like you rightly pointed out, there's a strong fillip that we have seen in individual disbursements for HDFC. I would not say it was very, very unexpected, to be honest, because like right, in the first week of this quarter, which was first week of April, HDFC does come out with a press release wherein it gives out some indicative numbers, some key numbers. So I think, those expectations were kind of built in. But yes, if you were to look at the second half of the financial year, the individual disbursements which HDFC has reported are up by about 42% year over year. So H2 of the last fiscal year, if you compare it to the H2 of the previous fiscal year, I think very, very strong growth. And I think on the full year basis, they have reported a 3% year over year growth in individual disbursements. And we know that, the first quarter was largely washed out. And in the second quarter also, I think they kind of started showing some semblance of normalization. So I think very, very healthy set of results. Importantly, what we need to see here, and something that the previous participant here on the call was also alluding to, is that the restructured book for HDFC as on March 31st was just about 2,480 crores, which translates to about 80 bits on an overall AUM basis. I don't think there's much of a change that has happened there in terms of the quantum of restructuring compared to what they kind of reported in the last quarter. And I think there was one bulky account on the non-individual side, which they're already suggested is about 50 basis points of their AUM, which is the most, I'll say, lumpy account, which got restructured under the resolution framework. But yes, I kind of agree with the other participant on the call that now their commentary around the second COVID wave will be very, very important. Though there is a section in the press release where they have alluded to the impact of COVID-19 and wherein they have suggested that unlike the first COVID wave, right, where there was a national lockdown, right now there are different states which are following a strategy of micro-containment. And to that extent, there is not overall lockdown which has kind of completely impacted their operations. So I think they are following the necessary hygiene protocols, the COVID regulations which are in place. And I think, what we also saw from RBI a couple of days back is that they kind of remain steadfast to support the sector wherever needed. So, this COVID resolution framework 2.0 was a case in point there, wherein they have come out with new set of guidelines for resolution under the new COVID resolution framework, and I think it's a positive. What will be important here to watch is even in the fourth quarter there has been a minor, I'd say very, very minor deterioration in the asset quality. Even if you were to compare it with the pro forma numbers that they reported in the third quarter, so I think it will be interesting to see what is their guidance, what is their evaluation of the stress on the non-individual book, which, like we suggested, is broadly around 25 to 30%. So I think that will be more important to watch out. And like all of us know, probably this is the first time. So I think that will be more important to watch out. And like all of us know, probably this is the first time, as long as I have been tracking HDFC, is hosting an earnings call today at
right.
6 p.m. So I think that will be interesting to look forward to something, I think, where they will also be very kind enough to give us some guidance around the stress that they are anticipating from the second COVID.
Yeah. Okay, well, for now they've said that there just seems to be a great deal of uncertainty and the resultant impact. So we'll have to, I guess, wait to quantify that. We have the con call as well at 3. But gentlemen, Ashutosh as well as Abhijit, we'll let you go on that note. Thanks so much. And with that, we'll wrap it up. Stay tuned for closing trades.